morning and welcome to the start of the week, a beautiful Monday. I say beautiful tongue-in-cheek, of course.
I know.
After all that cold overnight weather we've had all weekend.
Not liking that at all.
Got down into the 20s. Oh my goodness. And but it's going to be good. It's going to be better.
It is going to be better.
It's got to be better because February's coming, and after that is March, and then April showers bring May flowers.
May flowers, and then it's boating season. So
yes,
we'll be happy then.
We are very happy that it's Monday. See, Monday brings all that on.
Exactly.
So
just
we're
thinking
excited.
positively.
Yeah. So glad you joined us today. Dan Howell, of course, here with my lovely friend and co-host, Michelle Baker from Wellington Place and Clare Bridge.
Clare Bridge, yes.
And always good to see Michelle and her friends.
It's always good to be here, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
By the way, I went last week. You invited me to Kiwanis Club.
Yes.
And that was so much fun. I got to see my friend, longtime friend, Mike Costa, who's the manager at Channel 9 now. Used to be the manager at Fox when I was at Fox.
Right.
And you told me he was coming, so I decided I'd go and be your guest and heard Mike speak. We had a good time.
We had a great time, and he's a great speaker.
Yeah.
He gave a really great program.
And he and Tracy Hamilton, who knew that Tracy and he grew up next door to each other, children playing he said they played in the streets.
Exactly. In Memphis, wasn't it?
And they survived.
Memphis.
Who knew? So it was good to see Mike Costa and hear all of his funny stories about what goes on in the news business, and everything he said is true.
Yeah. Oh, it is, huh?
It is true. It's all true. I've been there and done that. We have a fun show today. It's Monday, of course, as we said, and we have with us Lacey Wilson from Blood Assurance.
Oh, good.
January is a very important month, I believe, for Blood Assurance. We're going to learn about that and how you can get involved as well. Julie Bumbardener is here from First Things First. You may remember Jay Bumbardener was here a while back.
Right, he was.
And he's, I believe, also with Blood Assurance, but he sent his wife this time. She's not with Blood Assurance. She's with First Things First.
I'm interested to hear her.
A great organization.
Yes.
And I've known Julie for a long time. What an exciting young lady she is. And then Matt Carlson going to give us an update on Habitat for Humanity and all of the things that they're doing around this area. So it's going to be fun today.
It sounds like it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. So how are things with you?
They're great.
Are they?
They're great. I got new contacts. Did I tell you about that?
You can see.
I can see. And the funny thing was, I put them in, or they put them in for me the first time, of course, because I couldn't do it. And when I opened my eyes, I didn't know I couldn't see until I put them in.
You didn't know you couldn't see until you could see.
Till I could see. Then it was like, oh, I didn't know what I'd been missing.
Oh,
then
my.
the issue was, I was looking in the mirror like, oh, okay, this is how this works. Then I noticed the wrinkles that I couldn't see before I could see. So I liked my eye doctor till then.
Oh, okay. So now you're going to change doctors.
Now I'm going to change doctors because now I can see the wrinkles.
How funny is that? Well, is it working out okay?
They are working out well.
Yeah, I used to wear, when I was on the air all the time, every day, doing 2 or 3 shows a day, back when I was in the news business, TV news business, the management, as we call them, they wanted all the people on the air to wear contacts. They didn't want us to wear glasses. Well, I don't care now. So,
it doesn't matter.
It don't matter now. But anyway, I wore contacts, and it took a little time to get used to it.
It does take a little bit to get used to them. Now, of course, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I have no sympathy for you. I've worn them since I was in middle school."
Yeah.
So I understand that, but it's taken me a while.
Yeah.
It's harder to teach old dogs new tricks.
And mine messed with my brain because I had what's called monovision. They had one for distance and one for close up.
And that will mess
and
you
like,
up.
Whoa,
Well, they did tell me probably in the next couple of years I'll be in bifocals.
Oh. Well, I hate to tell you this.
That one hurt. That one hurt.
Yeah. One thing I learned about my contacts, I don't know if it's with all contacts, but when they're mono like that, I knew I should not drive at night in the rain.
Okay.
Because everything went blurry. So if I was driving at night in the rain, especially, I'd take them out and put
your glasses on.
Yeah,
well.
And it was a lot safer for me and everybody else on the road.
Well, I won't be driving at night in the rain till I get my new glasses because I had to order glasses.
Yeah, what kinds you get?
Oh, I don't know. They're black. They're cute. Yeah. And they help me see. That's all that matters to me. That's all
that's important.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We have some birthdays that we want to talk about. Let's see. Well, we'll get to that in just a minute. But first, let's go and talk about some of the events that's coming up.
Yes, there's a lot of events.
A lot of things happening. The Mom Prom 2012 is coming up. That is on Saturday, February 25th. Mom Prom 2012. I don't know what that is. But we're going to find out. That is it's February 25th from 7 to 10 p.m. at Tennessee Wesleyan College, Sherman Hall, 100 College Street. That's up in Athens.
That's up in Athens.
That's in your neck of the woods.
I went to Wesleyan. I graduated from Wesleyan, yes.
What year was that? Last year?
Yeah,
before?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. More like 18 years ago.
Oh, wow. But this is an event sponsored in part by the Hiwassee chapter of the American Red Cross.
That'll be a fun event.
Yeah, and it's moms, no men allowed. But the men can buy the tickets and send their significant other, mom,
That's
daughter,
neat. I like that.
Wife, whatever.
Oh, I like that idea.
It's giving them a night out for the special lady in your life. So you can contact the Hiwassee chapter of the Red Cross. They've got a website that you can go to, of course, Hiwassee Red Cross, and just look it up, Google it, you'll find it, and you can find out all about the tickets. It goes for a good cause, and it's a lot of fun. Don't forget the Stitches in Time quilting.
I know.
We talk about this every weekend.
I know we do. And
it's hadn't started yet.
Hasn't started yet. Are they still taking quilts?
Taking quilts. You need to. Now's the time to sign up, but they only take so many.
Right.
So if you're interested in doing this, you need to get your name in the hat.
I'd be interested to find out how close they are to the limit. Because
they
they always have all kinds of quilts.
Yeah, they have limited this year to 120 because they just were overflowed last year. And so get it in. And it starts January 26th at the Museum Center at 5 Points. Always a big event.
Yeah.
People come from all over the Southeast. I think last year Lisa told me that they had like 5 states. People from 5 different states came to see the quilt exhibit.
That is incredible.
And quilts apparently is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Because it's an artistic endeavor. People want to see how they do it, and it's a lot of fun. But that's coming up. And then the garden show. I'm always interested in the Home and Garden Show. It's sponsored by the Ocoee Region Builders Association.
Right. Now that's coming up in February. Okay.
February 18th and 19th on a weekend.
Okay.
And that'll be at the Bradley Square Mall. And usually the latest and best and greatest building ideas, decorating ideas, and it's just fun.
Well, and you were talking about wanting to redo your bathroom, so this will be a good time for you to get
Actually, I got to start. Well, it wasn't on the bathroom. This past weekend, I put up a new light in my laundry room.
Ah, okay.
When I bought the house a year ago out on the river, it had an old fluorescent light that was ugly. And it was over the door. When you walk in the door, you flip on the light, and of course the room is bigger than that, and being over the door, half the room was dark.
Oh,
and I kept thinking, well, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to put a new light up one of these days. Well, eventually, been there a year, last 2 weeks ago, I think, the light went out. So I've had a utility room without a light.
There you go. Now, there was a good reason for you to have to replace it.
So I go to Lowe's, one of my favorite box stores, and got me a nice 2-foot double. It's a decorative. It's not just an ugly old fluorescent light. It's nice. And I was able to run the wire and hook it in, and actually I mounted it in the middle of the room, and there's an exposed log because it's a log cabin.
Right.
There's an exposed log, and I mounted it right in the middle of that log, and the whole room looks like daylight now.
All right.
So I've started on my
on the remodeling
Started
project.
in the laundry room. Now I want to go to the bathroom. So we got to go to Orba. I said all that to say you don't forget to go to Orba, the Home and Garden Show.
There you
So
go.
that's going to be fun. And also coming up on January 3rd, this is always an important event in Bradley County, the Sanctity of Life Candlelight Memorial, Monday evening, January 23rd, 6:30 p.m. at Living Word Church. That's right there on Keith Street, what used to be the old Pathway Bookstore.
Oh, okay.
And so that's coming up on the 23rd. And you might want to take a jacket and an umbrella just in case, because we don't know what the weather's going to be like. I believe they're going to do it outside in the parking lot.
Oh,
so
they are? Okay.
Put that down as well. Other things going on.
We have something going on that's very near and dear to my heart. CASA of Bradley County.
CASA, that's spelled C-A-S-A.
C-A-S-A. Are you familiar with CASA?
That's Spanish for house, isn't it?
Well, it is, but actually what this stands for is Court-Appointed Special Advocates.
Oh.
And what they are...
So it's an acronym.
It is an acronym. This is a group of people who help children in the court system when they're victims of an abuse case or neglect, something like that. They come in and these people are trained to help the child get their story, find out what's going to be best for the child, and help them through the whole court system. It's a wonderful, wonderful program.
Great.
And I think in the next few weeks we're going to have someone on here to talk about this event.
Good.
But it is the Red Shoe Gala.
I was looking at the brochure. Those shoes look very familiar.
They look like Dorothy's shoes from The Wizard of Oz. So, and that's to represent, there's no place like home. And that's what the court-appointed advocates try to do, is help them find, their right place in what can be home for them. But this is going to be a great fun event. It's a dress-up gala. We're going to have everybody wears red shoes. We're going to have judges to judge the shoes in different categories, like the craziest shoe, the funniest shoe. And I do believe Dan Howell is going to be one of our judges.
They twisted my arm.
Yeah, we did.
I'll do it. Okay.
So,
please.
but it is on Saturday, February the 11th. At 6 p.m. at the Old Woolen Mill.
Oh, that's a great venue. I love going over there. That's a neat place.
Yeah,
really
so it's going to be fun.
What's the date on that?
February the 11th. So it's the Saturday before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So bring your significant other.
Sure.
Have a nice night out on the town. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be a lot of fun. Well, your Monday's off to a good start, I hope. Before we take a break, let's take a look at our weather forecast. I think it's looking a little bit like, as we pop up that graphic for today's weather on Monday, here we go. Today, partly sunny, that's looking better.
Yes.
Tomorrow, 40% chance of rain, a high of 53. Wednesday, 20% chance of rain. Take an umbrella just in case through Wednesday. Today shouldn't be a problem. Looks like your lows is going to be in the low 50s and overnight lows. Finally, we're just about out of the freezing, except for Wednesday. It's going to dip below freezing again, down to about 28 degrees. So there you have your weather.
So much better than last week.
Oh, yes, it really was. Boy, we had some rain on Thursday.
Yeah.
And, it was,
we did.
Yeah. And then hail. I was sitting in my office on Wednesday of last week, and I heard this noise, and I raised the have blinds on the windows. I'm second floor. Thankfully, I have a window.
Right, that's a good thing.
I thought, what is that? It sounded like someone was throwing rocks at my window. I raised the shade, and it was hail.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
it
have
was peppering down.
at Wellington Place, we've got these very high ceilings with skylights, and the hail hitting those skylights was so loud. You couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Couldn't work.
Yeah.
Couldn't be on the phone or anything.
But hopefully you won't have any of that, at least through Wednesday, and that's going to be a good thing. Well, it's Monday, as we said. We're going to take a break real quick and come back with Lacey Wilson from Blood Assurance and find out how you can get involved in a very worthy cause. Please stay with us.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we're back. You're watching Tennessee Valley This Morning. Dan Howell with Michelle Baker, my co-host, and we are back with Lacey Wilson with Blood Assurance. And we're always glad to get an update about Blood Assurance and how impactful that organization is for our region. And Lacey, it's good to have you with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
What's going on with Blood Assurance?
Well, January is National Blood Donor Month, and according to America's Blood Centers, if all current donors would donate just one more time, we wouldn't have the shortages that you're so used to us talking about.
Oh.
So we're just trying to get the word out, and hopefully they're going to make it part of their New Year's resolution to donate just that one more time.
Oh, what a great idea. Now, who can donate?
Well, you have to be at least 17 years old or 16 years old with parental consent. You have to weigh at least 110 pounds and be in good general health, and they'll ask you a series of questions related to travel and medical questions to make sure that it's safe for you to donate as well as for the patient to receive your blood donation.
So is this an annual thing, Lacey? You always choose January as
We do.
blood
It's
donor?
actually blood centers across the country recognize January as National Blood Donor Month. And normally January is a tough time. People are getting over winter illnesses.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've had the threat of wintry mix in our area. So
Yeah.
if it were to ice and to snow, we were talking in the break, people tend to go and get their milk and their bread, and they get out of their
We always
routine.
do.
And anything that throws them out of their routine usually has an impact on the blood supply.
Okay, and so of course that impacts Blood Assurance, which as a result impacts the health providers.
50 some odd hospitals rely solely on Blood Assurance to supply their patients with blood donations.
Just in your provider region.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
We have about 56 total. That's hospitals and healthcare facilities. And patients who have accidents can use anywhere from 50 to 100 units of blood at a time. So
Really?
that can be 1 to 2 blood drives. I mean,
Yeah.
usually a blood drive for us would yield about 40 to 50 donations.
Yeah.
So what is your regular normal demand? I know that can change with different
Absolutely.
events, but what's your average demand?
We need about 400 units a day. That's a minimum daily, 400 units, and we have 11 locations and 10 blood mobiles. And we're doing pretty good right now to hopefully get 400 units. We rarely get over that, so we just hope we get around that amount. But you never know, to increased usage, accidents, violence, anything like that can impact the blood supply.
Yeah. I know Blood Assurance partners with a lot of people in our community. You've partnered in the past with Lee University. Those usually go pretty well. And you recently partnered, I believe, with Life Care Center Corporation.
Life Care Centers, yes.
Did that go well?
They did a wonderful job. We had a community blood drive in honor of all the local veterans, and we were just really trying to encourage people to give back to those. And a lot of times our military men and women are so eager to give, but unfortunately, depending on where they've traveled to, they might be deferred, at least temporarily. So we like to encourage people to go out and give in their honor.
Yeah. And the thing that we have to remember is that the shelf life of the plasma or the blood is very short.
It's 42 days for red blood cells, but you can only donate every 56 days.
Yeah.
So there's automatically likely a gap there. And platelets, which is a component of the blood that is used for clotting factors, only has a shelf life of about 5 days.
Oh, wow.
So it's something that Blood Assurance has to continually put in front of the
Right.
public that, you know, this shelf life is going to run out. We need to resupply for the benefit of those who are in need.
Absolutely. We're not crying wolf. We just want to keep reiterating that message because we don't want to have to tell someone there was no blood available for you.
Yeah. Blood Assurance has been a part of this area's health provider network for how many years? A long time.
We're actually celebrating our 40th anniversary
Really?
this year. 1972. It was a joint effort of the Chattanooga JCs, the Chattanooga Area Hospital Council, and the Chattanooga-Hamilton County Medical Society. And they wanted a safe community blood supply for the hospitals to use, because back before then, if you were to have surgery, you had to go and find your own blood donors, take them to the hospitals with you, and get them to donate.
Oh, is that how they did it? I had no idea.
And so now anyone who needs it has access to it.
Wow, what great foresight that was from the community leaders.
It really was.
To
I
put
think
that
they've,
together.
and I feel like we've been able to help at least a little bit, you know, with the advancement in the medical industry in Chattanooga.
Good.
I was going. Have you ever given? Do you give blood? I have given several
You
times.
know, I have given, but it's been a while.
It has been a while,
been a
but I
while.
have to say, you know, you're always talking about your grandchildren and how
Yeah.
wonderful they are. I want to brag on my daughter. She gives routinely.
Does she?
She does.
That's great.
She does. She started when she was 16 with parental consent and has given routinely since then.
We
So-
have a few youth programs, and we're so thankful that the parents encourage their kids to start out donating early, because it sets a lifestyle behavior, and
Right.
they keep donating for life.
I tell her all the time she's better than me.
What's the procedure if someone is under or 16 and they want to give? What do the parents have to do to make
They
that
just
happen?
have to sign a consent form.
Is that at the Blood Assurance office, at the
They can actually
Bloodmobile?
download the form on
Oh, they
our
can?
website.
Oh, great.
And we try to pass them out if we know we're having a school blood drive coming up. But we really push eating a good meal, because, you know, 16-year-olds, they think a bag of potato chips out of the vending machine is lunch. And
bottle
so we
pop.
try to encourage them to drink a lot of water and eat a good meal before they donate.
Well, I need to get back in the habit.
I do too.
I used to do that, and
I did too.
we need to do it. Where can someone donate?
They can go to our facility on Keith Street. We're just across from the Tractor Supply and Trees and
you're in
Trends,
Cleveland,
just right there on Keith Street. We have blood drives throughout the community, and you can find those at bloodassurance.org/blood drives.
Okay, and then of course in Chattanooga there on 3rd is the main office.
Right across from the arena. We have 11 locations total. We have one in Gun Barrel, one in Hickson, and of course if anyone is interested in hosting a blood drive too, they can contact us for that.
What is your coverage area, Lacey?
We actually go down as far south as Cartersville, Georgia,
Oh.
and Rome over into northeast Alabama.
Didn't know that.
We supply Jackson, DeKalb, and Cherokee counties in Alabama. We go up to Tullahoma and Cookeville, Tennessee, and then a tiny portion of Murphy, North Carolina. There's one hospital
you
over there.
really have
There
a
is.
coverage area. Where does the majority of the blood supply come from, though, that you get donated? Is it from this area, or is it spread out?
We do pretty well in the Chattanooga area and even the North Georgia area. And typically, your trauma hospitals and your hospitals that are known for cardiology services will use the majority of that blood.
Okay.
Of course, we're talking about blood assurance, and January is Blood Assurance Month, and we're just basically keeping this at the forefront of the need that's always there. What are the blood types that you have the greatest need for?
Well, O negative is the universal type, so if you are in an accident and they don't have time to test your blood to find out what you are, they will transfuse O negative, because anyone can receive it. Now, with that being said, less than 6% of the population actually has that blood type.
Oh, wow.
So when we find them, it's like a needle in a haystack.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but usually, you know, it's the blood that we don't have on the shelf that's that's needed by a patient. So O positive is pretty popular too. It's about 40% of the population.
Whenever there is a crisis or disaster, such as a few years ago, I remember the 93 car pileup on I-75 back in, I think it was the 90s.
It was.
And blood assurance played a major role in that, I believe, in the health care provider. network. What happens when there is a major demand suddenly for that? How do you get the word out?
Well, it's just like when we had the tornadoes last year.
Yeah, in April.
People hear about it and they think, okay, I need to go and donate blood. And that's great, but we want them to realize we need it on the shelves. We have to have it processed, typed, tested, and ready to go when that emergency happens. So that's why we're trying to get out and encourage people to continue to give and don't just wait for an emergency.
Okay. Well, it's a great organization. They do a fantastic job, and we're always glad to help you get the word out.
Thank you for
Lacey.
having us.
And anything we can do in that regard, just let us know. And you can go again. Let's hit those locations one more time.
We're on Keith Street, and you can also visit bloodassurance.org/locations to find all of our offices and a list of current blood drives.
And if you have a minor that wants to donate, you can download the form.
You can download the parental consent
Give
form and just
parental
take it
consent.
to your nearest blood assurance.
All right. Well, Lacey, it's always good to see you. Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for
Good
coming
to
in
see
and
you.
telling us
Thank
about
you.
January being Blood Assurance Month, I guess is what
National
you call it.
Blood Donor Month.
National Blood Donor Month. I'll get it right in a minute. We have to take a break. We're glad to tell you that Julie Bumbardener is here, and also Matt Carlson from Habitat for Humanity. Julie's going to tell us about First Things First, a great organization. You're going to be excited about this. So stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
And we're back. Thanks for joining us on this Monday morning. We appreciate Lacey Wilson from Blood Assurance coming by to tell us about Blood Donor Month.
See,
I'll get it right.
You will get
Yeah,
it right
thanks
eventually.
to Michelle.
Maybe at the end of the show.
We'll get it. By the time the show's over, I'll have it down. Believe me, it's going to be great. We're back with Matt Carlson, who is the President and Chief Executive. I guess I gave you a title.
That's good enough right there. That's perfect.
Matt Carlson from Habitat for Humanity of Cleveland. And Matt is no stranger to the show or to our viewers. And we're always glad to have Matt on the show.
It's good to be here.
How are things going at Habitat?
Going really well. We have a lot going on right now. This last year, we've expanded our programs. Of course, the tornadoes that came, we really had to sort of shift some of what we were doing. And we're in the middle of 2 rebuild projects right now with families, and we're finishing one up and getting another one started. So right now that's our focus. Starting a new year, our normal habitat program will probably build 10 homes this year.
Yeah.
Then we'll do some rebuild projects, and then last year we started what we call the A Brush with Kindness program, which is a repair program, critical home repair, anything from putting a roof on a house, wheelchair ramps, to doing some more critical type stuff on the house. So this year, with the new construction and the rehab projects, we'll probably end up doing about 50 projects this year.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Habitat has been a major player in the recovery from the storms with the LTRO. I know you're a co-chair of the long-term recovery organization, and how's that going with the recovery?
It's actually going really well right now. We have a total of, I think, 5 houses under construction.
Wow.
We have some smaller rehab projects going for the long-term recovery. And so that is moving along really well. We hired 2 people, Jim Polier, the director, and Lisa Mantooth as case manager, who have done a fantastic job. They're both, born and bred basically here in Bradley and Cleveland, and so they were very excited to be a part of the long-term recovery. And they have done a great job leading this whole effort. And I think we've gone through over 100 cases and managed 100 cases and done everything from somebody that needs a couch to rebuilding the whole home. And so that effort itself has gone really well.
And these are storm victims that we're
Yes.
talking about.
Yes.
These are not. These are people who were impacted by the storms in April, and their houses may have been destroyed or partially destroyed. And these are people that this community is rallying around, and through the LTRO,
Exactly.
are giving them a new place to live. I've had the privilege of being at a couple of those ribbon cuttings, the Garrett family in December. What a neat time that was.
It was.
You were there, of course, made a presentation. But I thought, what a beautiful, unassuming family this was. And they just seemed to appreciate everything that the community did for them, and a lovely house. And you partnered with, I think, Case Development, Charlotte Jones, and her husband Keith. And what a great job they did of putting that together.
From those storms and those tornadoes that hit the community, it was awesome to see everybody rally around their neighbors. And that was what you saw after the storms, was everybody coming together and collaborating, and so many organizations that many of them hadn't worked together before, and churches and corporations. And with Habitat, we actually shut our offices down for 2 weeks, and all of our folks went out and just did whatever had to be done. If it was handing out water, if it was using chainsaws for the first time, which was a little dangerous, but we were okay, to tarping roofs, to doing whatever. It was really just going out and helping your neighbor. And from Habitat's point of view, we're here to help the community. When the storms happened, it was, okay, what do we do today?
Right.
How do we go out today and help folks? So, after about 2 weeks, we still had groups that went out and did that, but then we started up some of our operations again, and then started building homes.
Yeah. And we'll soon be coming up on, it's hard to believe, soon be coming up on the 1-year anniversary of those storms in April. And do you know if there's any major commemorations or things that may be planned?
I know there are some things that are being planned. I don't know the specifics right now, but it's one to remember what happened, but also to celebrate this past year of the community coming together.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note that this is a unique community. Of course, it was the hardest hit community in the state of Tennessee by those storms. 500 plus homes destroyed or mostly destroyed, and yet we are the quickest to recover. I don't know if you've seen much news about that, but that's a fact. That's not rumor. That's a fact.
Well,
we are
actually,
the quickest to recover.
FEMA actually recommended and sent a report into Washington to use our recovery as a best practice and to be shown around the country. It was really neat.
That is
and
neat.
It talks about this community again,
Yeah.
and coming together. And when the storms happened, the next day, the term long-term recovery was bantered about by quite a few folks, and FEMA said it and said, this is what you need to do, and 99% of the folks, that were there said, what is long-term recovery, and so really we had to learn very quickly and really organize very quickly, and that's what happened. We have good leadership in this community.
Yeah, we certainly do. And it goes to leadership.
Yeah,
absolutely it does. And of course, Habitat is an important part of the housing infrastructure, I call it. Of course, Matt serves on the county's housing committee, and you're concerned about housing at all levels, not just the recovery from the storm, but providing good, safe, quality housing for people who need it in this community, and that's a part of what Habitat does. and you do it on a daily basis. I look back. I came to Bradley County before there was a Habitat, I think, and I look at where it was and where you've brought it to, and I give a lot. Of course, I know you have a lot of volunteers. It's volunteer driven, but I look to where Matt has brought it to with you and your staff, and it's really amazing. I love to go over to the store, the Habitat Restore. It's about 3 blocks from my office at the courthouse. And you close at 5, I get off at 4:30, and sometimes I'll think, oh, I got 30 minutes. I'll just go breeze through the Restore to see what you've got, because you never know. There might be something I can't live without. You just never know.
We get our Restore, we get all sorts of stuff. It's donations from the community. It's a hybrid of Lowe's and Goodwill. Throw the two together, and that's what our store is. Building supplies, furniture, appliances, housewares, all sorts of stuff that,
area rugs,
church pews,
area
we get
rugs.
just about everything. And I've seen stuff come in that I would look at and say, who in the world is going to buy that? And it's walking out the front door the next day. Made $50. But the store,
I bought a $50 big screen TV over there to put up in my play area for my grandkids. It works fine. I mean,
There you go.
we had a Christmas party at my house for all the staff, and I walked my store director through the house and said, that couch was from the store, that TV was from the store, that rug was from the store. So the store has been very kind to my house.
Good to you.
Not my pocketbook. I'll call my wife and say, you need to come look at this. It's $100. Come look at it. But the store is there to raise money to build homes. And this last year, the store raised enough money to build 3 homes.
Wow.
And so it's
and that
working.
compares to 2 years ago. It was like 1 home, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, and it's continued to grow, and we get donations from all over the community, and corporations, individuals, churches. I think we had this last year. We were just talking about it today. They said that we had, I'm trying to think how many pickups. It was around 1,300 pickups this last year. Just trucks going out, not people coming in and dropping stuff off.
Well, I've got some
but
stuff
our,
I need
our
to...
truck going out to pick
I've got some
up,
stuff you need to pick up, by the way.
I know you've been to Wellington several times.
Oh,
and picked up
definitely,
things,
definitely.
so-
We've had a lot of organizations that are doing remodeling in their offices, or and just said, hey, we have desks, we have beds, we have we've gotten donations from Cleveland State, Lee University, Duracell, Peyton's, Life Care. I mean, just from the corporation side. So it's just that store has been a blessing, and the community has really rallied behind the store to say, you know what, if I can't give money, I can give a couch, and that the proceeds from that go to build homes. So that's been a big blessing for us.
I've been looking. I go by. One reason I go by regularly is I'm redoing my utility room. I started with the
We were
light.
talking about that.
I got the light up. The next step is to paint the walls. They're going to be a really pretty yellow. By the way, you can find paint at the.
We can.
Restore.
We get all sorts of stuff. Sometimes it's newer paint. Sometimes it's paint that people haven't used, or they bought too much and it comes in.
Or they brought the wrong color.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They can't take it back.
And so we get all sorts of stuff. We've gotten stuff, donations from Lowe's, Home Depot, and a lot of products that may have not sold that for some reason they had to get rid of it, and it's come to the store. But it's you'll find anything and everything there.
But I discovered that occasionally you get in new cabinets.
We do.
Kitchen cabinets or wall cabinets or vanity cabinets, and I'm looking for about 4 really nice white wall cabinets for my laundry room. And so I keep going by, and eventually, they had some a while back, but it didn't fit my need, but eventually you'll get them in.
There's cabinets in my garage that are from the store. So.
It's amazing.
I need to frequent the store. I need to be more frequent with the store.
Yeah. Well, for those who may not know what we're talking about, it's the Habitat for Humanity Restore, and tell them what the address is.
It is 300 Grove Avenue, and it is the old movie theater, the Cinema 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It was the theater that was there for 30-something years. We purchased that building and rehabbed it and put our main offices there, put the store there, and then a lot of storage and construction stuff is there also. But that's where the store is at, and we're actually expanding that store this year. We've only been there for 2 years, and we knew that at some point we might have to expand if we grew, but we grew so quickly. 2 years later, we're already talking about expansion. So this summer we'll be doing an expansion for the store.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. You guys have just grown, busting out the seams, and you get everything from small appliances to beautiful area rugs. I've seen several there I'd like to have, to heavy couches. You even have cabinets, kitchen cabinets. You can sell kitchen.
We do quite a bit of everything, from TVs to kitchenware to rugs to cabinets to, just about anything and everything.
Lights,
so
it's just amazing. But you need to go every once in a while, like I do, just go breeze through. Plus, not only will you find a bargain, but you will also help someone get into an affordable, good home. And that's what Habitat specializes in. Now you've got a major fundraiser
That's
coming
what I was
up.
going to say. We've got
Oh,
another
yeah.
big
Okay.
fundraiser coming up.
Our third annual Bike to Build, which is sponsored, the main sponsor is Toyota of Cleveland. We started 2 years ago and had 200 riders and about 200 volunteers. Last year we had 400 bike riders and probably 250 volunteers, and this year we want to do even better. And so we've had some awesome stories, and we've had a lot of people and a lot of organizations get involved. Teams from corporations, churches, youth groups, schools have gotten teams that have put in individuals. We had a lady last year that is a clean lady. That's her full-time job, and she has a bike that she would ride from job to job.
Oh, yeah.
And when she heard about the Bike to Build, she said, you know what, I want to take my bike and I want to ride the 100-miler. And so she trained and raised $1,000 for the event. I think registration is around $50, but people can raise money, you know, and we like to have people try to raise $100. Well, she raised $1,000 and did the 100-mile event, and it was incredible. It was incredible.
That's like the Chattanooga back 4 times.
Oh, I know. And,
It is, isn't it?
so that was pretty incredible, and I'll probably never do the 100-miler, you know. But they have 3 different levels. The event is Saturday, April 21st. It starts and finishes at Bradley Central High School.
Okay.
And it goes throughout the county. There's a 20K, a 50K, and a 100K, which is 12, 33, and 60 milers, I think. So we have all levels. We have whole families that will ride, and then we have folks that are very serious bikers that can go faster than cars that want to ride the event. So it's a really good event. We've had a lot of community participation. We've raised a lot of money. This year we want to raise enough money to build 2 houses from that event.
Now I understand for those who are serious bikers and like to participate in events like this, it is a sanctioned ride. Is that right?
Last year it was a sanctioned ride. We're looking at this year to see if we can do that again or not. But last year we actually had timing chips for the 100-miler, and that when people wanted to race, we had I think 17 or 18 racers actually that are professional racers for the most part that came in and did a really good job. And so we have, like I said, it's a really fun day for all types of people that want to ride. I was telling you guys earlier, I did the 20K last year, and I was racing at the end to try to beat an 8-year-old, you know, and unfortunately I didn't. And so I'm here to redeem myself this year. So if you're out there, I don't know who you are, but you're 9 years old now. I'll race you again this year. So do the 20K.
Reminds me of that show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader?
Exactly.
Are you in better shape than an 8-year-old?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I can do that or not. That's quite a challenge. Well, Matt, it's always good to see you, and I'm excited about the Bike to Build. In fact, you have prompted me to talk to my grandkids. They both have bikes.
Oh, good.
And I'm going to see if I can talk them into doing at least the 20K with me.
And there's what we call pit stops. I don't know what bikers call them, but sag stops actually. Where along the ride, there's places to stop, and there's drinks and bananas, and where you can rest, things like that. So, you know, for those that just want to have fun, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And all that information about the Bike to Build is on the website.
Is on the website, habitatofcleveland.org. And you know, if you're interested, just go on the website, sign up, and if you have any questions, give us a call in the office, and we can get a lot of different folks involved.
And the store is open 5 days or 6 days?
6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Okay. And it's a great fun place to go. Just go look around and see what people have donated, and you'll find something you can't live without.
Definitely.
I do that every once in a while. Have you been in there?
I've been once, but I don't think I realized it was open on Saturday, so I will be there a lot more.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because I work 8 to 5, so I'll
We
be
have
there
to-
on Saturday.
We have to take another break, but I want to thank you, Matt, for coming in.
Good to be here.
Matt Carlson, the Executive Director of Cleveland's Habitat for Humanity. We'll be back and talk about First Things First in just a moment.
I'm Kathy Guy with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. Call us today for all your personal insurance needs. With 28 years in the insurance business, I have the solutions and pricing you are looking for. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge Chrysler and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television. Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro-laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
And we're back. I want to thank Matt Carlson from Habitat for Humanity for coming and telling us, giving us an update about what Habitat is doing. And we're now here with Julie Bumbardener. I'm excited about having Julie on the show because this is her first time, but I've known Julie for at least 15 years, right. I think. In fact, I remember back in the day when your organization that you're executive director of was formed in Chattanooga. Yes. And now it has a national reach, maybe even international, I don't know.
Correct.
But yes. Julie Bumbardener is director of First Things First, which is nationally headquartered in Chattanooga.
That's right.
But the reason we wanted to have her on today is because there's a bunch of special things happening, and First Things First, very involved in Cleveland and Bradley County. Mm-hmm. So with that said, it's good to have you on the show, Julie.
Thank you.
And good to see you again. First of all, let's find out about First Things First for those who may not know. What is your organization all about?
Well, First Things First was actually started to help strengthen families. Mm-hmm. We have 3 goals: to reduce divorce and out-of-wedlock pregnancies, and to increase father involvement in the lives of their children. Mm-hmm. And the reason that we have those goals is because if you look at the research, when it looks at when do children do best, when do adults do best, they do best in healthy married relationships. Sure. Mm-hmm. So, and really, if you look at the research, that's what people want. They say that's their goal. Mm-hmm. So we decided this is a prevention-oriented organization, and our goal is to teach people skills so that they can actually accomplish what they're trying to do in relationships, and that's marry well, do well with their children in terms of parenting, and go the long haul.
And how do you do that? What are some of the initiatives that First Things First started and you've seen results from?
We started boot camp for new dads almost immediately when we started, and that's for fathers, new expectant fathers, to help them understand that they are irreplaceable in the lives of their children, how important it is to bond, what dads bring to the table that moms do not bring to the table when it comes to parenting. And we're seeing great success with that. We literally have been doing that almost since the day we opened our doors. Premarital education has also been a very big piece of what we do, because research shows that people who participate in premarital education and learn the skills of effective communication and how to manage conflict and those kinds of things do better. They are 30% less likely to divorce. Probably one of the most exciting things that we have going right at this very moment is a class called Maximize Your Marriage. And it is for couples who are in extreme distress in their marriage. We really don't want you in there unless your marriage relationship is very derailed. We've had more than 500 couples go through in the last 5 years, and we just completed research and found that 92% of them made the decision to keep their marriage together, to work on their marriage.
Wow.
And
Wow,
95% of the people who went through, maybe their relationship didn't work out, but 95% of them said the tools that we learned in this class were extremely valuable.
Yeah.
So we are transforming lives. We're really helping
You
people to
certainly
do
are.
something different,
Yeah.
and that's exciting to me.
What kind of resources do you have for couples who are in the situation that my husband and I are now? We've been married 20 years. We're going through the empty nest kind of thing.
Yes.
And we've both been very, very involved parents. But we kind of forgot about each other.
Exactly.
And so, the first weekend we're alone, my husband looks at me and goes, "Do you like me?" And I go, I don't
are
know.
you? I don't know
because
you.
I don't know who you are anymore.
Right.
So we're doing very well, but I know there are a lot of couples out there who are going through the same thing that don't do very well.
So 2 things to that. Yes, we have lots of people who come to our classes. We have Jazz Up Your Marriage, Passionately Married, and Secrets to Lasting Love.
Okay.
All of which would be great for you to attend. And we actually have a lot of men who are calling and registering for these classes for their spouse. So I think that's great, because you used to be, just the women calling. So that's really cool. But then the other side of that is, so often we have people who say, "Oh, I don't need to think about that because my kids are like 2 and 4. And our response is, you need to be preparing for the empty nest right now.
Yeah.
You need to know right now how important it is to take great care of your marriage, so that when you get to the empty nest, you're not looking at each other going, "Do you still like me?"
He's like, "I don't know who you are.
Are we still cool?
Yeah, that's really amazing. And I remember early on, I believe First Things First was involved in actually crafting some legislation on the state level in Tennessee regarding marriage, classes and things like that.
Well, we were involved in that. We thought that was a very good idea, because we know that so many couples spend tremendous amounts of time and money on their wedding, but they don't plan for their marriage. So they walk down the aisle, and then they get to the marriage, and they have their first disagreement, and they think, "Oh my gosh, I must have married the wrong person,
Made a
because
mistake.
if I had married my soulmate, we would never disagree." So the idea behind premarital education is that we're going to help you with the expectations that are unrealistic. We're going to teach you about intimacy in your marriage, and about boundaries in your marriage, and how to keep your in-laws from becoming outlaws, and those kinds of things that are really important to a healthy marriage relationship.
And from there, I think Julie, I toot her on horn for her. She's even been asked to testify before some congressional committees in Washington, D.C. About what's going on right here in the Tennessee Valley.
Yes.
What was that like?
Very intimidating. That and going to the White House to speak, I think, were 2 of the most exhilarating moments, but also nerve-wracking, because you have a short amount of time to say something that sounds really wise. And the bottom line is that we need strong families for economic development, for a strong educational system. We need strong families, because it is in that environment where children learn right from wrong. They learn values. They learn what it means to have morals. And you cannot legislate that. So it matters what we're doing with families. And we want a ready-to-work workforce. We want companies that are willing to come into our communities, and the way that works is they look to see what's going on in the community, and do we have everything in place to make that happen.
It's really sad when your own children, my children used to tell me all the time, "Mom, we're the exception to the rule. We're one of very few kids that have both parents at home."
My grandkids tell me.
They're very, very, it's rare anymore, and it's so sad.
And on the other side of that, I am an adult child of divorce, and when our daughter went off to college, my husband and I looked at each other and said, "We've actually given our daughter something that neither one of us had, and that is leaving the nest with your family intact. And we felt like that was a
great legacy,
huge accomplishment.
And
for us.
I am also a child of divorce, and so I was very proud to be able to give my.
Before we run out of time, I know you've brought a brochure there with you.
Gracefully dropped on the floor, right?
And, we want to find out all about that, and then we want to find out about the websites and some other ways that you can get involved. But tell us what's going on here.
This is one of our upcoming activities, and it is called Secret Keeper Girl. It is for teenage girls and their moms, and it's actually a pajama party at the convention center on January the 28th. And it's designed to teach girls about true beauty and modesty and how to deal with the teenage years when the culture is sending you lots of messages. And how do you deal with the lies that you're getting from the culture, and how do you deal with boys, and how do you dress classy but not trashy, if you will.
There is a difference.
There is a difference. There is a difference. So we're very excited. We've already got a huge crowd coming.
Do you?
We've got room for more, but
is there a limited number?
Yes, we can accommodate about 1,200, and we are over the halfway point, and we're 2 weeks out. So we're going to have a big crowd. But we've had moms call and say, "Hey, can I wear my pajamas too?" And so we've got girls and their moms with their matching flannel pajamas. But just picture confetti guns and the world's largest beach ball and a fabulous fashion show for the girls and for the moms, and it's going to be a lot high energy, lots of fun.
Have fun. And it's what's the date on that?
January 28th, and it's in the evening. So you can check it out on our website at firstthings.org. Lots of information.
Firstthings.org. And it's incredible what you guys have done. Talk about how people in Cleveland, Bradley County, who's our primary viewing audience, how they can get involved with some of the programs that you offer here.
We've actually provided classes at a variety of locations in Cleveland, and mostly that is because people have called, churches have called, or agencies have called and asked if we would provide the classes here in the area. And we have done that. So you can invite us to come and speak, or invite us to come and teach a class here, or you can come and participate in the things that we're doing in Chattanooga as well.
And the website again is firstthings.org. And I think if you can catch her when her schedule is not too tight, she might even talk Julie into coming speaking to your organization or group.
Most definitely. We love that, and the greatest thing that we can have is people who attend a seminar here in Cleveland, and then they go out and they're part of the Army, that they go on and they spread what they've learned to other people, because really that's how this works, is within your sphere of influence, helping people to do relationships, to do marriage, to do parenting well.
Yeah. Well, you've got a bunch of true believers in this area. I know you've done a fantastic job. Some of the interesting, fun things that you do is like date night. Talk about that. We've got just about a minute or so left.
We partnered with the area Chick-fil-A's, including the one here in Cleveland, and we had a great date night. We've had 2 now, and we're planning a 3rd. For 2012, but we come together at the convention center. This past year we had Mark Gungor, who is extremely hilarious, and Michael O'Brien, and we had about 2,700 people registered for that event, and it was huge. So great night, and just good tidbits of information. I think people laughed so hard that their jaws hurt when they left that night. So.
And then when's that date coming up?
It'll be in October, and the date hasn't actually been set yet, but it'll be in the month of October.
On the website.
Yes, it will be. Yes.
And then one of the neat things you do in the summer, I guess summer and fall, is the movie night.
Movies in the Park. We do in July, and we show family-friendly movies. Free. It's really designed for everybody to come out, spend time together as a family, and just enjoy something that's family friendly.
Yeah, and that's
you don't have to worry about what you're going to see on the screen.
Coolidge Park in Chattanooga. Great venue. I love going to Coolidge Park, and it's just so much fun. And what are some of the movies that you've shown there?
Oh my gosh.
A bunch of them.
We're not. We have shown so many. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Swiss Family Robinson. We've shown lots of Because of Winn-Dixie. We've shown lots of current ones, Robots. Lots of good ones. People have been very excited.
Well, you can look for that on the website as well.
Yes.
And that's firstthings.org. So check it out. First Things First, one of the best family-friendly organizations in the entire country, and they're based right here in the Tennessee Valley. And we're so thrilled to have you on the show today.
Well, thank you for
and
asking me.
I wish my
This
daughter
is
was still a tween. I would love to
come volunteer.
There you go. I would love to go to that.
I want to thank you for coming, Julie. It's always
you
a joy to
very
see
much.
you, and I hope you'll come back again and give us an update.
Would
We're out
love
of
to.
time. Unfortunately, I want to thank Michelle for being my co-host today, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Monday. And take an umbrella tomorrow because you may have some rain as well as Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you.